Ozempic broke fitness people's brains. Not because the drug is magic or it's evil, not because everyone using it is cheating, and not because everyone criticizing it is some sort of cave troll guardian meal prep container. It broke people's brains because it walked straight into the ugliest fight in fitness: biology versus ownership. In fitness, people are handling it badly, very badly, like a raccoon trying to defuse a bomb with a plastic fork. On one side, you have discipline culture. These are the people who are see every weight loss problem and say, just eat less, move more. Which is technically true in the same way that just earn more than you spend solves poverty. Congratulations, you found the equation. Now explain the system. The disciplined crowd sees Ozempic, immediately says, shortcut, cheating, no work ethic, this is why people are soft. And you can hear the protein shaker trembling in moral outrage. But on the other hand, you have the biology crowd. These are the people saying obesity is complex, appetite is regulated, hormones matter, food environment matters, medications can help, and willpower is not an infinite heroic fuel tank stored behind your pancreas. And they are right about a lot of that. Not all of that, but a lot of that. But sometimes they do go too far and act like personal choice has been kidnapped by biology, tied to a chair, and left in a warehouse next to a broken treadmill. Also, wrong. So here's the idea: where does biology end and ownership begin? Because the truth is not Ozempic is cheating, and the truth is not nobody's responsible for anything. The truth lives in this uncomfortable middle where biology is real, behavior still matters, and everyone has to stop screaming long enough to think. Okay, let's start with some of the obvious issues. These drugs do work. GLP-1 medications like semaglutide and dual incretin drugs like trizepatide are not fairy dust. They change appetite regulation, food noise, satiety, and calorie intake. That matters. In major obesity trials, semaglutide produced average weight loss around the mid-teen percentage range, and the other one produced weight loss around 20% at high doses. That is not drink more water and believe in yourself type weight loss. That's clinically meaningful. For many people, that kind of weight loss can improve blood pressure, blood sugar, sleep apnea risk, joint load, mobility, and your quality of life. So, if your entire argument is they do not work, you are 100% wrong. Put that opinion gently in a shoebox and bury it next to your fat burning detox wrap. They work. But they work does not mean they solve everything. And this is where the other side starts to get excited. The medication can reduce appetite. They can lower food noise. They can make a caloric deficit feel possible for someone who's been fighting hunger signals like a hostage negotiation. That's huge. But it will not lift weights for you. It will not build your muscle. It does not teach you protein intake. It does not fix your sleep. It does not make you walk. It does not repair your relationship with stress, boredom, and emotional eating. It creates an opening. What you build inside that opening still matters. And that is the part nobody wants to hold at the same time. Biology matters, ownership matters. Both. Fitness culture struggles with that because fitness culture loves simple villains. Calories are the villain, carbs are the villain, sugar is the villain, seed oils are the villain of all time. Big food is a mega villain. Big pharma is the ultimate villain. Your childhood cereal mascot is apparently also a villain. That dumb tiger is your villain. At some point, the villain board looks like a detective show where the main suspect is a Pop Tart wearing sunglasses. But obesity is not simple. Fat loss is emotional because body weight carries baggage: health baggage, identity baggage, shame, family, medical, athletic baggage. The kind of baggage that should come with wheels and a therapist. So when a drug shows up that changes appetite and produces major weight loss, people do not react calmly, they react from their tribe. The disciplined tribe feels threatened because if biology matters, they're just being tougher, story gets weaker. The biology tribe feels defensive because if behavior matters, then it's not my fault, story gets uncomfortable. Both build little ideological forts out of half truths. So let's clean it all up for once. First thing, obesity is not just a discipline problem. Appetite is regulated, satiety is regulated, energy expenditure adapts, food environment matters, sleep matters, stress matters, genetics, medications, chronic pain, hormones all matter. Your body is not a spreadsheet with legs. That sounds really weird. It is a biological system trying to survive in an environment designed by snack engineers and stress goblins. Second, obesity is not only biology, because it's also behavior, food choices, protein, resistance training, walking, sleep habits, alcohol, consistency, environmental design, planning, identity. You are not a helpless meat puppet dragged through life by hormones while GLP-1 receptor plays the violin. Biology influences behavior. It does not erase ownership. And discipline needs a better definition. Discipline is not just punishment. It does not ignore hunger, suffer quietly, no excuses, and if you fail, you are weak. That is blunt force stupidity. Real discipline is ownership of the next controllable action. You may not fully control appetite, but you can build meals around protein and fiber. You may not fully control your cravings, but you can control what food is in the house. You may not fully control stress, but you can build a better response than panic snacking over the sink like a raccoon in witness protection. You can train, walk, sleep better. You can ask for help. You can use medical tools responsibly. That's ownership. And medical tools can fit inside ownership. Using medication is not automatically avoiding responsibility. For some people, using medication is taking responsibility. That's true for blood pressure, diabetes, depression, autoimmune disease, and yes, sometimes obesity. But the biology crowd has to hear this too. A medication is not a personality transplant. You still need a system. If your entire plan is to take us to the shot and hope my habits become saints, good fucking luck. That's not a plan. That is outsourcing your life to a syringe and hoping it also goes to grocery shopping. These medications can reduce appetite, but reduced appetite can also mean reduced protein intake. Weight loss can include muscle loss. And if you lose weight without strength training, protein movement, and maintenance plan, you may end up lighter but not more capable. Capability matters. The goal should not be make the scale smaller at all costs. The goal should be better health, better function. Can you move better? Climb stairs, carry groceries, get off the floor, train, sleep, reduce your disease risk, build muscle, sustain the change. That is your target, not just shrinking. So the goal question here is not are they cheating? That question is lazy. The question should be are they using their window well? Are they building habits while appetite is quieter? Are they lifting? Are they eating enough protein now? Are they walking, managing their side effects, working with a clinician, preparing for maintenance, becoming healthier, or just becoming lighter? That's the debate we should be having, the questions we should be discussing. Because when people stop these drugs, weight regain is common. Now, that does not mean the medication failed, it means obesity behaves like a chronic condition for many people. But it also means the long term plan matters. Can you afford it, access it, tolerate it? What happens if coverage stops? What habits did you build? What muscle did you preserve? What identity change? That's going to be your ownership. The discipline side needs humility. A lot of people mocking GLP-1 users have never lived inside severe obesity biology. They've never felt food noise at that level. They've never had repeated weight loss and regain cycles beat their confidence into soup. So just try harder sounds less like coaching and more like motivational furniture. But the biology side needs honesty. Some people will use the drug without building a system. Some will undereat, avoid training, lose muscle, chase cosmetic thinners with medical tools in unhealthy ways. That's real too. So, Ozempic versus discipline culture is the wrong fight. This is not about medication or ownership, it's medication plus ownership when appropriate. Biology plus behavior, compassion plus standards, Medicare plus strength training, appetite regulation plus skill building, fat loss plus function. The question is not, did you use help? The question should always be, what did the help you build? That's your line. If a medication helps someone lose weight, improve health, mark, reduce pain, move more, and train more, and build a better life, good. That is a tool doing its job. If it becomes a way to avoid learning habits, avoiding training, ignoring nutrition, chasing thinness, and outsourcing ownership, that's a problem. Same drug, different use. A hammer can build a house. It can also be used by an idiot to destroy a toilet. The tool is not the whole story. The operator matters. Discipline culture needs to stop pretending biology is imaginary. Biology culture needs to stop pretending ownership is oppression. Fitness people need to stop treating every new medical tool like salvation or the apocalypse. It's not one or the other. And everybody needs to remember there are real humans in this debate. Because people with shame and metabolic disease and injuries and food noise, health risks, people trying to stay alive long enough to feel proud of their body again, do not turn them into props for your ideology. That's weak. So where does biology end and ownership begin then? It does not end cleanly. Biology shapes a battlefield. Ownership is how you fight it. Use your tools, build a system, respect the biology, own your actions, protect muscle, train strength, eat, protein, walk, sleep, work with recover, respect the biology. Ownership is how you fight on it. Use the tools, build the system, respect the biology, own the actions, protect muscle, train strength, eat protein, walk, sleep, work with qualified medical professionals, stop worshiping suffering, stop outsourcing your life. That's your middle. That is your friction. That is where truth usually survives.